Cool.
Hi everyone, I'm Tamara Makabanga. I'm the founder and chief content officer at Alaking Creatives. Welcome back to another episode of the 50 digital technology solutions that every business needs. And today I am chatting with Jason Schoultz. Jason, can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Jason Schoultz. I'm the managing director of Quizzy Holdings. And we've been in business. We started our business in 2012. Or registered the business in 2012 and actively focusing in a niche market, in the legal market.
Okay, cool. And can you just dive a little deeper into exactly who Khwezi Holdings is and what is it that you do?
Okay, so Quizzy Holdings really was born out of a focus of being a technology service provider to the legal market. Okay, we saw an opportunity to get involved in the legal market. We help law firms effectively manage their environment from a costing perspective. So for printing, copying, telephone calls, emails, we track Zoom meetings. Not Zoom meetings, Teams meetings. And in the legal market, they bill back for time spent, because lawyers ultimately bill for their time, and that's how they recover that's how they make their money. So we've got our software effectively helps law firms track and bill for time spent on matters that they're working on.
Okay, awesome. And what do you believe is your unique selling proposition?
I think for us, we sort of disrupted the market a little bit in the sense that we approached our customers with a sort of non-contractual basis, where we kind of said, look, if we don't deliver on what we promise, the customer can cancel their contract with us at any point in time, which has been a huge, I think it's a huge value to our customers, because they're not locked into long-term contracts. And if we don't deliver on our service, then they can cancel. And I think we've been quite successful with that, with having that approach, because we're putting our money where our mouth is.
No, that's great. And I believe like a lot of businesses actually don't do that. So that is definitely something unique for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I think more recently, if I may, like I mentioned to you a bit earlier, we've got a cloud-based POPI software, which is unbelievable. I think it's a game changer, not only for law firms, but also for corporate market. And if I can just talk about legal firms offer consultancy and compliance consultancy, if I can say it like that. And they can use this as a tool to help them manage their customers, especially in the new COVID, or the way of living in COVID now, being working remotely, and that having a cloud-based POPI solution allows them to work in collaboration with their customers and work on a compliance project. Yeah.
No, I just want to understand this POPI software a little bit better. So, like, what is the number one problem it is going to solve for your main clients, which are the legal firms, as well as potentially other businesses as well? You mentioned corporates as well can make use of it. So what is the number one problem it will help solve for those businesses?
I think the most important thing is, there's a deadline of the 1st of July. People have to have POPI compliance in place. And what we've seen in recent times is that people are not understanding the true impact of how to manage a POPI compliance within an organization. It's going to be an ongoing project. It's not something that I can do once and leave it and forget about it. It's something that you have to put into place, and you have to manage it over a period of time. And it's an ongoing process.
I see. And like, what sort of industries have to comply with the POPI Act, or is it like just certain industries, or should marketing agencies like myself also comply?
Everybody, you, me, even the government agencies, everybody has to comply to POPI, because POPI deals with protection of personal information. There's been huge data breaches globally and locally, for that matter, and managing customers' data, whether it's personal data or business information, has to be protected and managed, and you have to document that information. Where does that information get stored, whether it's digital or whether it's a physical piece of paper that's stored in a filing room in your back of your office. It has to be documented. You have to know where that information resides.
And if you don't mind sharing, how can businesses comply with the POPI Act? Are there certain documents that you have to submit? How can we work either through you or on our own?
Yeah, look, I think POPI is actually quite a big thing. I mean, I can't give you exact things because there are so many different aspects of POPI. So, there's employee information, there are clients information, there is supplier information. How do I manage that information collectively? What agreements have I got in place with our suppliers? What agreements have I got in place with our customers? What agreements have I got in place with our staff? Because those are your people that are talking to, they're your front, the officers, if you like, or the people that are engaging with your customers. What are they doing and how they manage that information is key critical.
I totally get that. Awesome. So just one more question quickly. I know that at Quizzy Holdings you make use of software. So how can businesses in general leverage software and digital technology, especially to navigate like a tough economy, things like the pandemic, and even changes within their clients? So the clients saying, hey guys, I cannot pay right now. So how can businesses leverage digital technology to manage all of those challenges?
Wow, I think that's a huge question. I mean, there are so many different aspects, and I think it really depends on the customer's business. But what we're seeing from our perspective, there's a lot of digitization in terms of documentation. So people are, setting up digital workflows, engaging more on platforms like you and I are talking now. I mean, that's obviously had a huge impact on businesses, and businesses have had to adapt to the idea of having their staff working on a rotational basis. So, working on different timetables. Yeah, I guess that's going to be an ongoing. It's going to be an ongoing change in most organizations, and again, it's going to depend on industry. Each industry is going to be different.
Awesome. Jason, I know that you have another meeting to jump to after this. I just want to ask you one final question, if I may. So here at Alaking Creatives, we have adopted this framework called the 5-1s framework, where we encourage our clients to choose one product or solution, market it to one target audience, using one traffic source and using one conversion method, and doing all of that for 1 year. So how would Quizzy Holdings leverage this framework if you had to?
Sure, that's a big one. I think for us going forward, I mean, I think the POPI aspect in South Africa is a massive thing. It is something that every single company has to look at. It's not something that one person in an organization can do. It is a team. It's a team effort, and I think that for me would be the one thing that I think companies need to seriously focus on, because your customers' data is vital. If, for example, the reputational damage caused to a company by loss of personal information of your customers can be huge. The fines are massive, but not just the fines. I think the reputational damage to a business is tantamount.
Yeah, like you lose that trust.
Absolutely, 100%.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jason, for your time, and I'm sure that the audience will appreciate this brief interview as well. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. See you next time.
Thanks, Tamara.